Hi everyone, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Robyn. I'm the founder of Play, Move, Improve. I'm a developmental educator, exercise physiologist and early learning trainer. I work with children typically from the ages of 2 to 7 years, and I support educators, parents and teachers on how to help kids who may have developmental delay, who may find learning challenging and frustrating. I help them with ideas for play activities as well as how to document, report and assess children with developmental delay. Please, any questions, always ask. You can like, share, comment below. I'm always here for whatever you need. I have a webinar coming up this Thursday about the preschool developmental milestones, the things that I look for in children aged 4 to 6 typically. And in that webinar on Thursday, I'm going to chat to you about what I look for, what are the red flags in development, and also some quick strategies that you can try in your morning circle, during your transitions, and as part of your play centre setups. Today, I just wanted to quickly show you a crossing the midline screening tool. Now, this doesn't determine developmental delay. It's not a diagnostic tool. It's just as a guide and just as a screening to highlight any concerns that we might have. It's a crossing the midline activity that requires drawing a rainbow. I hope you don't mind my picture here. So all we do is we get an A3 piece of paper or a large piece of paper and place it in front of the child. We give them a texter and we ask them to draw, or a pencil, we ask them to draw from one side of the paper all the way over to the next, making a big rainbow as big as they can. What we're looking for is whether they're able to cross the midlines, whether they're able to take their body from one side of their brain over to the other side of their brain in a nice, smooth, fluid motion. I typically test ages 4 to 6 for this activity. Under 4, we're not expecting them to be able to do that nice and smooth. What we're looking for in particular is at the top, we don't want to see them swap hands. We don't want to see them get to the middle of their body, the middle of their brain, and swap hands to work in two separate halves of the body. We want to see that one side go all the way over nice and smooth, all the way over to the other side. If we see any swapping of the hands, and we want to make sure we keep challenging them by doing this rainbow activity more and more. If we see them get sort of 3/4 of the way and they start to they stagger or they start to make an arc that's not symmetrical, then we want to do this activity more and more each day. We also want to do big gross motor crossing the midline activities where we take our opposite hand to our knee and then swap over opposite hand to the other knee. It's using all 4 parts of the body at the same time, and it's crossing the midline using both sides of the body where they have to cross the center. So those sorts of activities you can pop into a morning circle routine. You can have this as part of a fine motor station, or you can take it outside and draw big rainbows with chalk outside. It doesn't have to be on a whiteboard. The reason why I drew a phone in the middle here, it looks random, but there's a reason to it, is we're seeing more and more kids who are interacting with a phone more than they're interacting with a basketball, with a cricket bat, with things that we typically play with outside. So when we're interacting with a phone, our phone sits in our midline. We're not required really to move our body in large, big movements. It's all stuck in the center of our body. What this is correlating for some children is their coordination is being impacted. It's not a direct link. Unfortunately, we don't have that research yet, but what we're looking for is that children who typically spend hours on technology, we're starting to see in the classroom they may find it difficult to follow the words across a whiteboard smoothly. They may find it difficult to navigate their classroom from A to B without getting lost and distracted. And you may find that when we get to an activity where we're required to throw a ball, catch a ball, run around obstacles, we may start to look quite jagged in our movement or quite uncoordinated. So as much as you can this week, try and draw lots of rainbows, see what you find, and bring your results to us on Thursday, or any questions that you have, come along on Thursday for our Preschool Developmental Milestones webinar. Any questions, as I said, feel free to like, comment, share. We can always help you through it, and hopefully I get to see you on Thursday. Thank you very much.